Hi YouTubes, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the third episode in the quantum consciousness series and talking about the many worlds and navigating the probabilities of time. So, each moment of existence aligns with a structured selection of possibility at the quantum scale. The many worlds interpretation describes reality as an array of potential states, each representing valid quantum collapse of the wave function. At the Planck scale, every probability exists simultaneously, forming a vast branching structure where each path represents a different alignment of energy, matter, and awareness. Perception of time moves through this structure, selecting the next coherent quantum state from the available probabilities. This movement follows an ordered process, guided by the same principles that govern quantum collapse. Instead of a random sequence of events, the transition from one state to another follows structured rules, like moving across a game board, where certain choices influence the next possible outcomes. Every decision, every experience, and every cognitive state influences the trajectory through these probability layers. Meditation, focused intention, and controlled resonance states function as amplifiers, even if it's minute. Remember, Buddhist monks could practice these principles their whole lives and only achieve very small changes. Meditation, focused intention, and controlled resonance states function as amplifiers, altering the collapse process by reinforcing a specific quantum pathway in very small amounts. These techniques shift the probability distribution ever so slightly, increasing the likelihood of aligning with desired outcomes rather than following the default trajectory. Each world represents a snapshot of potential existence, where probabilities define the constraints of movement. Actions taken within one state increase or decrease the probability of landing in another. Small shifts, alterations in thought patterns, exposure to specific frequencies, structured rituals act as quantum biases, turning the collapse process toward preferred alignment. Biophoton activity, neural coherence, and electromagnetic resonance influence how probability functions resolve. Thought generates structured electromagnetic fields interacting with external quantum fluctuations. Neural oscillations, brainwaves, synchronize with these fields, enhancing the ability to fine-tune the next selection of quantum states. The synchronization follows harmonic principles, meaning structured input, such as binaural beats, geometric alignment, or focused visualization can guide transitions between probable pathways. That's why you see guided meditations on my channel. That's why you see auditory alignment music. That's why you see some of the other methods on my channel, some of the things that don't seem like, oh, why is she talking about quantum physics and meditation over here and tarot over here and prophecy over here. All these things connect on the quantum level, and the meditations and the visualizations, those are meant to help synchronize your brain states. So that's why I have those on the channel. Naturally, probability shifts towards the nearest viable quantum state. Large deviations require increased coherence, achieved through sustained focus, structured meditation, or external field alignment. In other words, if you're meditating, you're probably going to feel good before you meditate enough to get that $1 million in your bank account. It's the next viable probability, not the next biggest thing that you could want. It's sort of like, what is that? Now I can't remember what it's called. Fuck. Whatever. Naturally, probability shifts towards the nearest viable quantum state. Large deviations require increased coherence achieved through sustained focus, structured meditation, or external field alignment. In the old days, they called that magic. In the many worlds framework, the system organizes itself based on what remains quantum coherent across the transitions. A small cognitive shift may adjust immediate experience, while deeper structural changes require alignment with larger scale quantum influences. Each moment is a process of conscious selection within an existing field of probabilities. Awareness does not move independently, it follows a structured flow dictated by the underlying quantum architecture. The experience of time emerges from this process, creating the perception of a linear progression while operating within a multidirectional probability field. So by understanding the rules governing probability selection, interaction with the many worlds framework becomes possible at a functional level. This interaction doesn't overwrite reality, but it does refine the trajectory within the structured pathway of existence. Consciousness engages with probability in the same way that force influences motion, adjusting the field of probabilities without violating the fundamental constraints of quantum organization. So, all of that to say, you might not be able to bend the spoon tomorrow or dodge bullets like Neo in the Matrix ever in your lifetime, but these all start to influence your quantum state, and that can bring your brain coherence. You can increase your cognition, which means you're smarter. It means you're happier, you're healthier, your brain functions better. Things work good at the very base level. More advanced states, who knows? Maybe you could teleport. Telekinesis, sure. Who knows? And with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode for today, but I will see you next time. Don't forget to check out those 10 papers in the channel bio so that you can get more information on quantum consciousness from a scientific perspective. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will keep making more videos on quantum consciousness and the science supporting this hypothesis. Thanks for joining me.